Good morning, UUSS. A blessed Yule and Solstice and a Merry Christmas to everyone. Please join in singing Deck the Hall 235.
Good morning. Happy Yule. 'Tis the season. Welcome to our Sunday service. Whether you are here in the room with us or here with us on Zoom, we are so glad you are here. I'm Courtney O'Neill. I am one of your worship associates today, along with Jenni Gouine, Reverend Roger, and Reverend Lucy. We are here for our special Yule service along with our musicians. We hope you'll stay after the service for conversation and tea and coffee, which will be served on the patio. There will be 22 minutes of conversation in breakout rooms on Zoom, so stick around. If you're new to UUSS, we extend to you a special welcome. Please fill out a newcomer's card, either using the link on our website or at the welcome table after the service so that we can connect with you. Our weekly message comes every week by email every Friday. You can find the previous ones, should you choose to look, on the website, where you can also find an email detailing all of our holiday happenings for the season. Today is our annual holiday service for all ages to celebrate Yule. Later, we will be decorating the Christmas trees up on the chancel in our all ages ritual. We hope you'll join us after the service on the patio for connection. If you're attending by Zoom after the service, we have a time of conversation in a breakout room. If you'd like to follow the music, read the musicians' names, and see other parts of the order of the service, we have them here. On Zoom, you may click the link in the chat, or you can look on our website. The blue sheet calendar, who has a blue sheet? Can someone hold up? There they are. The blue sheet calendar includes upcoming activities, and it is also available online. Here are just a few highlights from the blue sheet. If you missed the class on exploring UUism before the service this morning, it will be repeated on Zoom on the first Tuesday of January, which is the 7th. You can join through uuss.org/online. Our church office will be closed this week while our staff takes some time off, opening again on January 2nd. But several programs will be taking place. On Christmas Eve this Tuesday, Our candlelight service takes place at 7 p.m. in person only here in the sanctuary. All are welcome for special music, readings, carol singing, a special message for Christmas, and singing Silent Night by candlelight. Again, this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Join us for the annual Labyrinth Walk on New Year's Day, guided by Reverend Lucy. It's outside in the meadow, so be sure to dress warmly. Bring a potluck item for breakfast so that we can eat together after the walk. The breakfast will be indoors. It starts at 9 a.m. There is a women's retreat coming up in February. The dates are February 7th through 9th. Sign up online on our website. There are 6 spaces left. Now, please check your cell phone to be sure it's on silent mode and that all alarms are off so that we can be more mindful during the service. And if a neighbor's device goes off during the service, please be kind and help them with silencing the sound. And while we do that, Reverend Roger has a few words.
Good morning, and happy Sunday, happy solstice. Who's here for the first time? Raise your hand. All right, welcome. And who's here for the first time who's under 1 year old? Raise your hand. This is a circle service for all ages, which we have once a month. Having a shared experience as a whole family is rare these days. And today we have one of these services when all ages are together for the whole service. We are inviting parents and grandparents and other guardians and their children to sit together during this service. Of course, sometimes people can feel restless after a time of sitting or get a case of the wiggles. And if that happens, you are welcome to escort your family to the patio where you can hear the service or to a table in the welcome hall where you can watch the service together on the flat screen TV. However, remember that we will be inviting children to help today in the collection of the offering in just a few minutes. And also near the end of the service, we will invite everyone to participate in the shared ritual of hanging ornaments on our Christmas trees up here. And in a few minutes, there will be a time of prayer when we will create silence together, and we'll let you know when that's happening. As with any service, if you can't hear well or you feel distracted where you are in the seat where you are, please feel free to move to a different location around the sanctuary. This is one of the ways that we embody being a community of all ages and stages of life. Today, we are building memories together. Thank you for being here as we do this. Now let's receive the music for centering. Thank you. The flaming chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, and congregations all over the place are lighting their chalice today. Our chalice lighters today are Ben and his mom, Sarah, and Annika will be leading the words.
Good morning. Welcome to UUSS. I am Annika. Please join me in reciting the mission statement of this congregation.
We come together to deepen our lives and be a force for healing in the world.
Good morning. I am Natalie. Happy Winter Solstice to everyone. Please join me in speaking these words for the lighting of the flame of our UU chalice.
For daylight and darkness, for sunshine and rain, for the earth and all people, we offer gratitude, love, and peace. We kindle this light in celebration of the life that we share.
Good morning. As Unitarians and Universalists, we believe that we are all interconnected. And one of the ways that we build those interconnections between and among us is through sharing the joys and sorrows that are present in our community. This morning, our hearts go to John Peterson, who's in the hospital having some tests, and we hope to hear good news from him soon. Our member, Anthony Montanino, husband of Catherine O'Brien, died on Thursday, December 19th after a long illness. He will be remembered as a wonderful man and a fabulous artist. We send our love to Catherine and all of her family. Celia and Marion share with us that their longtime friend and sensei, Chris Giordano, died peacefully on December 14th. Despite the howling winds and rain in Bodega Bay, the storm paused and she was bathed in sunlight as she died with her sister at her side. Also, Mary Lou Bear's husband, Bob, died on Thanksgiving after a long illness. Bob was a school bus driver in Folsom, Cordova, and was loved by all the children. Our member, Linda Buckley, fell earlier this week and fractured her hip, requiring a partial hip replacement. We wish Linda strength and comfort as she goes through rehabilitation, and we send our love to both Linda and her husband, Bob. Renee has requested prayers from the community for an unhoused youth from the Creation District program who has been in hospital with multiple seizures and is being discharged with no treatment plan or no clear diagnosis. 2 memorial services that are coming up to mark. The memorial service for Lee Maxey will be held at 1 o'clock on December 30th at the Rose Arbor Senior Community in Natomas. Reverend Roger and Reverend Don Fado, who lives at the facility, will officiate. And the memorial for Rose Nelsinador will be on January 4th at 10 a.m. here at UUSS. Rose and her husband, Matt, were members of our former sister church, the UU Community Church, and Matt has recently joined us, and he's holding up, a dynamite. Let's all take a moment to be present with the joys and sorrows that have shared and those that remain in our hearts. Our prayer this morning is adapted from the words of the Reverend Linda Hart. Let us settle into our chairs and relax our bodies and take a few deep breaths, setting aside whatever troubles or busyness you brought with you today. And in the quiet of these moments, let us take a common breath. Unclench and open to each other and to the Holy One that we call by many names. We arrive in these moments bearing our whole lives. We bring with us the worries and troubles of our days, sometimes overwhelming, loss beyond words, pain and struggle known only in the deepest place in our hearts. Here in the quiet, joined with each other, may we release our hearts from these worries and find a moment of peace. We come together to these moments with the freshness of love, the grace of small treasures, with hope and faith. We know and remember well the promise of the dawning day, even in the longest of nights. Here in the quiet, may we lift our hearts in thanks for all the gifts of our lives, pausing in recognition and gratitude. It is written that to everything there is a season, and in our hearts we know this to be true. At this time of solstice, let us be open to the blessed darkness. Let us praise all sources of renewal which come as the light slowly returns. Let us allow ourselves to take in the joys of this season, to take in the connection and the beauty and the light and the possibility of love. So may it be for us on this day and in all the days to come. Blessed be. And now let's take a moment of silence for the prayers in our own hearts. Amen.
I have a few words about this day, this festival, this observance, this celebration we know as Yule. It goes back several thousand years. Yule is likely to be the oldest festival for the winter solstice that we know about. It began in Scandinavia before the countries of Norway, Denmark, and Sweden came into existence as countries. The climate was especially harsh. Winter solstice happens when the days are the shortest in all the year. And in the Northern Hemisphere, that is right now, just as it was thousands of years ago when people began celebrating Yule. Just yesterday, in the city of Harstad, in the northern part of Norway, sunset was at 3 p.m. And this morning, the sun rose at 9:30 a.m. So you can imagine that back then and today, they would light bonfires, huddle together for warmth, feast on rich foods, and sing songs to call back the sunlight and pray for longer days. Yule was a pagan festival for thousands of years until the 10th century when the Norse king Håkon converted to Christianity. And ever since then, Yule has been tied to Christmas. In fact, in the Swedish, Danish, Finnish, and Norwegian languages, the word for Christmas is Yule. For Northern Europeans, cone-bearing evergreen trees were part of the festival because they grew so well and so heavily in the forests there. Unlike trees that lose their leaves in the fall, evergreen trees represent ongoing life, giving hope for the return of warmer weather, sunlight, and new growth. German-speaking peoples enjoyed these trees. Eventually, they would hang decorations on their branches to make them lovely to look at in the Christmas season while the people were outside. Somewhere along the way, they cut down fresh trees to bring inside their homes. They tied little candle holders on the branches, and they'd fill the holders with little candles and light them and watch the bright flaming lights until the candles went out. A few hundred years ago, nobody had electricity in their homes, so having your Christmas tree blazing before you must have been exciting. And of course, you had to watch closely to avoid any further excitement, like branches or ornaments catching on fire. In a few minutes, I will tell you about the immigrants to this country who introduced the Christmas tree to America. Now let's have a gift of music.
It is now time to receive our offering. If there are any children or youth who would like to assist in taking the offering, now is the time to move to the back and to pair up with an usher. Generosity is a spiritual practice. This congregation has a practice of giving away half of every Sunday's offering to an organization that is working to make a difference in the world. Our community partner for the month of December is Family Promise. The Family Promise program assists local communities to coordinate their compassion to address the root causes of family homelessness. They address the issue holistically, providing shelter and case management, as well as support once they have secured housing to ensure the families remain independent. Families come to them in crisis, and Family Promise helps them rebuild their lives with new skills and ongoing support. Thank you for your generosity to UUSS and our community partner. This morning's offering will now be given and received. As our ushers come forward, please join me in speaking our unison words for this offering. May generosity bless our world, and may gratitude nourish our spirits.
In colonial days in New England, Christmas was not observed as a public holiday, and actually it was outlawed in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. And even after the United States became a country, some states did not celebrate the Christmas holiday very much. For example, in 1865, when the country was nearly a century old, 9 of our then 36 states did not recognize Christmas as a legal holiday. Gradually, however, traditions did spread throughout the country. One of these was the practice of decorating an evergreen tree, pine, spruce, fir, and so on. And the people who showed us how to do this were immigrants to this country. On the first slide, you will see Charles Follen and his wife, Eliza. Charles was born in a German city, and he studied law, and while studying, he became a student revolutionary. He was patriotic, and the Napoleonic control of German lands had just ended, and he was an activist for unifying the German lands. However, the ruling powers considered him dangerous, and they went after him. Charles Follen fled for his life. As a political refugee, he first went to France, and then he came to the United States and lived in Cambridge, Massachusetts. After only a year in the U.S., he was a good networker, and after only a year, he became the first instructor of the German language at Harvard College. And while there, he also introduced courses in gymnastics, which was a new discipline that he had learned in Germany. Gymnastics spread here the way that Tai Chi has taken hold more recently in America. Charles married Eliza Cabot. She was from a wealthy Unitarian family. In 1830, he and Eliza had a son, and in December of 1832, Charles wanted to recreate the Christmas tree of his childhood for their child. So he cut down a tree, and they decorated it, and then Charles and Eliza hosted a Christmas party. They invited students from Harvard and other professors and Unitarian friends from the Boston, Cambridge area. A guest at the party was Harriet Martineau, a Unitarian journalist from England. And after the party, Harriet Martineau published an article about the big surprise of having a Christmas tree inside the home. She wrote, "The tree was set in a tub, and its branches were hung with small dolls, gilded eggshells, and paper cornucopias filled with candied fruit. The tree was illuminated with numerous candles. Children came in from the neighborhood and stared at the blazing sight, nearly speechless," she said. You could call Harriet Martineau an early influencer, but on paper rather than online. Thanks to her article, middle-class families and wealthy families throughout New England began having Christmas trees, and the custom kept spreading. Through his wife Eliza, Charles met the leading Unitarian minister of Boston, William Ellery Channing. And in just a few years, Follen became a Unitarian minister. Still involved with social activism, he was a radical anti-slavery abolitionist. Charles Follen was invited to serve at a new Unitarian church in Lexington, Massachusetts. There was already one, but there was a new one forming. And he agreed, and he even designed the building for them in an octagonal shape. And on the cover of your order of service, you can see that octagonal shape and what that church looks like now. Sadly, however, before the church was even finished for him to serve in it, Charles died in a steamship fire. That was in 1840, just 8 years after that famous Christmas party. In his memory, the congregation later took the name Follen Memorial Church. It's still there in Lexington. And you, as I said, you can see a picture on the cover of the order of service. And to this day, people from the Boston area can go to the church grounds and buy a fresh New England Christmas tree. Here you see a tag saying this tree was purchased from the Christmas Tree Church in 1832, Dr. Charles Follen, and so on. And here on this slide, you see a group of church volunteers with a load of their inventory for the annual sale. Even though Charles Follen's Christmas party led to the popularity of decorating a tree inside the home, the Christmas tree was being introduced in other parts of the United States in the early 1800s. In 1816, the first Christmas tree appeared in Easton, Pennsylvania, which is sort of northeast of Philadelphia. And in 1821, a decorated and lighted tree appeared in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And Dr. Ludwig Rehfuss came from Germany to Cincinnati, Ohio in 1833 to open a pharmacy. Not long after that, Dr. Rehfuss introduced Cincinnati to its first Christmas tree. In all these places, it was immigrants who introduced this custom to this country. As I think about this gift of a beloved Christmas tradition, I want to pause to appreciate all of the other gifts which immigrants bring to this nation. Over this country's history, so many innovations, improvements, customs, and sources of beauty have come to us all as gifts from those who came here from other lands. May we continue to learn about and to recognize all of these gifts. May we keep our hearts open. May we practice hospitality, compassion, and generosity at Yule and Christmas and all through the year. So may it be. Blessed be, and amen. Speaking of traditions, I'd like to invite Celia.
You who may have never been here before in Christmas, the service before Christmas, we have a tradition, and we sing the 12 days of Christmas. And each of you are seated in a row that is assigned a day of the 12 days. So everybody sings, "On the blank day of Christmas, my true love gave to me." And then you stop singing unless you are in the first day, which is "A partridge in a pear tree." And when it's your turn to sing that, and I'm going to give you all little hand signals to do. When it's your day, as in the first day, they get the most workout, they're going to stand up and sing "A partridge in a pear tree," the partridge being their thumb, and then they will sit down. And that then, so beginning right here, all the way across to the end, can hold up your hand there, all the ones. This is first, partridge in a pear tree is right here, right? Right here. Partridge in a pear tree is right here. Partridge in a pear tree is right here. All right. No, that's two turtle doves. You only get one. Two turtle doves are right here with Roger and the keels all the way. And you get two thumbs. I can't hold up two thumbs right now. I'm holding a mic. All right? Now, the game is I'm going to be running up and down this aisle trying to remember where I've assigned days. But anyway. So for right now, I got it down. I got 1 and 2. Okay. 3 French hens. Oh, so 2 turtle doves, 2 thumbs, right? 3 French hens is right here. Now, French wear a beret, so you get to put your little hand up. Not a salute, a hand up. You're a beret. See, they got their berets going all the way over. So everybody, are you 3? Right, here's your beret. So you're 3 French hens. So you're going to sing, "On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens." And then you're going to stand up and go, 2 turtle doves. And you're going to stand up and go, "And a partridge in a pear tree." Get the game? Okay. So 4 calling birds are here. I think there's 2 rows of you. Calling birds, and you're going to stand up when it's your turn. I'm not seeing the rest of the calling birds over there. So we got 4, right there you are. 4 calling birds, right. You get the, you can do whatever you want with the bird. 5, but I suggest this. Was that you that asked that? Okay. 5 golden rings. Now, the 5 golden rings have a very special opportunity, and Marion is demonstrating all the way, stand up 5 golden rings. Ideally, you put both hands above your head. You have to do that fast, because it's 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, right? Okay. 6, what is 6? 6 are geese, and geese lay eggs. So whether you sit or stand, you wiggle your butt because you're laying an egg. Raise your hand if you're 6. Great. All right. 7 swans, what do? They swim. Raise your hands if you're swimming. All the way over. Got it. 8 maids milking. You know what you do, maids. 8 maids. Let me see you milk those cows. All right, next row. I don't see any 8 milkers over in that far row. Oh, there you go. There we go. 8 maids milking. 9 ladies. Is it 9 ladies? 9 ladies dancing. If you want to dance, great. If you don't want to dance, raise a hand. Raise your hand so I can see 9 ladies. Oh, good. And 10 lords, raise your other hand. 10 lords are leaping. And if you're really vigorous when you stand up, you can raise a leg too. Okay. No, it's lords are leaping on 10. Now we're on 11 pipers piping, and you're going to play the flute. Okay? 11 pipers piping. And now we have 12 drummers drumming. Beat those drums. All right. Okay. I'm already tired. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids of honor, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5
milky, 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 thin feet, 7, 6, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
It's too bad that Lucy Bunch can't sing.
Oh, I'm discombobulated. Oh, next year I'm going to sit in the back row. Well, we have made some magic this morning, and we've gotten our aerobic workout for the year. So let's create some beauty together as a family here on this morning. Let us decorate our trees in honor of all those throughout time who have yearned for beauty and light in this darkest time of the year. We have all our trees and our ornaments ready. All we need is for each of you to come up and put an ornament on one of our trees. We also need a few helpers to come on up and help others hang on the trees, particularly people who don't want to climb up the chancel steps. So if you're a young person who wants to be a helper, you can go right on up to the chancel by the trees. So the rest of you, we're going to ask you to line up on the sides. Don't do this yet. Listen to the instructions. Line up on the sides. You're going to come up onto the chancel. You'll be handed an ornament, and you come on up and put it on one of the trees, and then exit down through the center. If you need a ramp, you can come up on that side. There's handrails on both sides. But if you would prefer to have somebody hang an ornament for you, just ask your neighbor to do that for you, and I'm sure they would. So remember, line up, come down the sides, up onto the chancel, and then exit down the center so we can have a nice traffic flow. And now as Irina serenades us with seasonal music, let us trim our Yule trees. Let us begin.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to invite you to pause for just a couple of moments of quiet to wonder at the beauty that we've created, the beauty that will greet people who come here Tuesday night, next Sunday morning, and then finally on the 5th of January, Sunday, December 5th. Thank you. And let this be a reminder of what can happen when you just bring your presence to an occasion, when you are in the presence of others, when you reach out, when you connect, when you show up, when you give of yourself, starting simply with your presence. And let that give you reassurance in this season. As the light returns, may you be a source of light. Blessed be, and amen.
Now is the time to rise and sing Angels We Have Heard on High.
Oh
As we prepare to extinguish the chalice, please join me in speaking our shared intention. We extinguish this flame, but we carry the light, love, and commitment of this gathering into the days to come.
I invite you to reach out to us as we reach out to you. Reach out to one another. And if you're with us at home, reach out to us as we reach out to you and reach out to the world. May you depart in peace and be led forth in joy. Please repeat these phrases after me. May faith in the spirit of life.
May faith in the spirit of life.
Hope for the community of earth.
Hope for the community of earth.
And love of the sacred in ourselves and one another.
And love the sacred in ourselves and one another.
Be ours now and in all the days to come.
Be ours now